9:30. That's the easy part. The majority of the work that I do to run, grow, and build this movement happens outside the classroom. So we want people who are going to be just as committed to not you being successful, but helping other people become successful as well. Because in my opinion, there's no reason why everybody in this room shouldn't be able to participate. You can talk to your legislators and ask them why not. Yes, sir. I wish you had one too.
Yes, my name is Eric Johnson. My own question is your class size. Mm-hmm. What is your maximum number of students you will be accepting?
Excellent question. Question is, how many students for the class of 2013? 20 students. 20 students. Are we going to take 20? Maybe not. We may figure that based on all the applications and all the interviews, we only found 12 people. Guess what? 12 people are going to be in the class of 2013. We're not going to just pick 20 people because we said we're going to train 20. We want 20 serious people. Serious people. You had a question? Can I get you next?
Should the potential candidate write their own essay or have their parent write it for them?
Good question, because that's happened before. When you come in for your in-person and your over the phone interview, some of the questions we ask, guess where they're gonna come from? Yeah. So if you get your mom to do it and it sounds all good, all the grammar's right, because personally, I don't care if you got a couple typos. We're gonna work with you on that. Or you missed the spelling on a word. This ain't the job interview because we're gonna make sure that's tight. Please, if you wanna get somebody to kind of help you with the process, I don't have a problem with that. But don't really let somebody write the whole essay. And then you come in, you do your over the phone interview, and we ask you about something on the essay, and you have absolutely no idea what we're talking about. I guarantee you, you will not get a call for an in-person interview if we ask you about something on your essay and you can't answer it. Because your mom can't do your homework for you, and she sure can't go on a job interview for you, and she sure can't show up on a job and help you with any of those assignments. Matter of fact, when you work down there, there's so much security. We'll get to that another time.
I have a question. How do you market yourself to corporate America and the government? How do they know about your program? How do they find out about it?
He wants to know, how does the government and everybody else find out about the program? I go to the people. I'm an active member of the Help Desk Institute of the National Capital Region. And that's probably the best organization that I could be associated with. And I'm like this with the person that runs it. So they had their little cruise on the water. Guess who was standing up talking to all the help desk managers, y'all? The people that hire people for help desk. They know me. They know about the whole project. When the BET article came out, when the National Journal article came out, when Foxworth and Alicia were on Channel 7, and when I did that Channel 9 interview, they all got copies of that email. Because everybody likes to be associated with a winner. And that's what we are. We are winning. Yes, sir. I want to get you so everybody can hear you.
Is the essay limited to 500 words?
Excellent question. Absolutely not. You can go as long as you feel you need to go to tell your story. But make sure that you're the person that's writing it. Because again, when we do that over the phone interview, that's probably one of the quickest ways to guarantee that you will not get a call back for in-person. So the in-person interview, if you make it past the over the phone, you're gonna get sent a video and you're gonna get sent a white paper, and we're gonna quiz you on both of them when you show up for your in-person interview. It's kind of like a job interview, but it's a way for us to determine whether or not you're the right fit for this type of program. If you are scheduled to be over here at 7 and you show up at 7, that's not a good sign. If you show up at 7, we will interview you, but if you show up at 7:01, we won't interview you. If you 5 minutes early, you are late. If you are 5 minutes early, you are late. If you plan to be here for your in-person, now everybody knows where the place is, so you sure can't lie and say, I didn't know where it is. We would expect you to be here at least 10, 15 minutes before the interview, just to get your mind right before you go and stand in front of or sit in front of 3 people and have them ask you a series of questions. Because it's a panel interview. Again, it's not about how much you know about computers. We're not even going to ask you any computer questions other than the ones that were on that video and on the white paper. Any other questions about the essay or the application? One thing I do, yes ma'am, can you, as you can talk real loud, I'm a. References, we want 3. We will call. So if you give us a reference of your sister who got a voicemail with Lil Wayne, we'll still probably talk to her, but that's gonna leave a bad taste in our mouth. Because when you become a whole project student and you start looking for a job, and you got your cell phone on your resume, and they call, and it's, y'all know how y'all be, some people be doing sometimes, like Marcus. I'm just messing, I always mess with Marcus. They laugh because they know I always mess with Marcus. I'm gonna get to you and say, come on this way so you can answer your question. But your voicemail, when you become a whole project student and you obviously looking for a job, it should change. Your email should not say matrixreloaded@gmail.com. A guy came up to me at an event I was helping with, and he said, man, ain't nobody call me back. Can you take a look at my resume? I got to the top, and I said, I can tell you exactly why ain't nobody call you. I said, look at your email address. You scan everybody to death. Anybody gonna call you back when it says Matrix Reloaded? So your email address should change. It should be a professional one. It should be raymondbell@gmail.com. And your phone shouldn't have rap music as a ringtone. When you get your job and they give you your offer letter, then you change it back. But as long as you're looking for a job, it shouldn't say that. It shouldn't, y'all. I'm sorry, it just shouldn't say that. You gotta keep in mind, we ain't applying for McDonald's, we ain't applying for Wendy's. We're applying for corporate jobs. So they have expectations.
Do you all teach business attire and how they should dress and how they should?
Stand up, Foxworth. Marcus done took his tie off. That's how we roll. We roll just like this. This is how we roll. That's how we doing it. Yes, sir. Male and female. Yep. Look at Sonya. Sonya done walked out of the room. What's up, man? Thanks for coming back.
Is there a dress code when you come to class?
Say it one more time.
Is there a dress code when you come to class?
Oh, good question. Absolutely not. You do not have to dress up when you come to class unless we have interview day. If we have interview day, then you do dress up. But other than that, you be dressed down like a clown. Let me come back to you. Please ask your questions now, y'all, because I swear we don't, look how many people in this room. Just imagine if everybody ain't called us 2 times. That's a lot of phone calls.
If your home computer shut down, can you come here to print out or give it to you in hand, the application?
Oh, y'all noticed that we didn't really pass out anything? We on a budget. We ain't got no money, y'all. We ain't print, can you imagine to print out or go to the Staples and print out an agenda for everybody? Got you next. Everything that you submit to us is gonna be electronic. Don't be mailing us nothing. We ain't taking no faxes. Please don't come dropping it off over here. All the instructions are on the website. There's an email address and all of that. I'm begging you to please go home and look through all the requirements. A lot of people, they just miss out just because they skim. And the reason why I'm saying that, because too many people call me after they've gone to the website. I know some of y'all think, well, I called them like that. Too many people call me and ask me questions that were right on the website. And so I stopped and said, have you been to the website yet? And I'm like, yeah, I went to the site. I've looked at every single page. Well, why are you asking me whether or not you have to be a DC resident when that's the second FAQ question? Paying attention to detail, y'all. Paying attention to detail. Get you next.
What is the name of the website address?
The name of the website address is hopeprojectdc.org. Not .com, .org. We're an organization. This ain't no company. This is not a for-profit anything. hopeprojectdc.org. We're almost done, y'all.
My question is to you. Where did you get your training and certification?
Oh, excellent question. We started this in 2009. When we first started doing it, I had people volunteering. And guess what they would do? They would call me at 6:15 and say they're not going to be there and the class started at 6:30. So guess what I did? I decided to do all the training myself. I've been at this for a very, very long time. You would probably never meet anyone, once you get in this program, that's going to be more committed to your career than I am. Because I need you to be excellent so that we can promote this program and make Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago, Los Angeles with the Bloods and the Crips. We would love to see whole projects out there as well. So to answer your question, I've been at this for a very, very long time. And my specialty really is the non-technical training. I learned it and got trained in it because I was not going to afford to let anyone prevent us from being successful. Y'all can count on me like counting on paying your taxes. The students will tell you, I will walk in here every day between 6 and 6:15 after coming from work. I work literally a full-time job. My wife is here. I have a daughter just graduated from college, and I got a 9-year-old. Where's Raymond? Upstairs? And they be right here in the classroom with me a lot of those days. If I'm willing to do that, there's no way I'm going to allow you to come to me with any kind of excuses. Not one. And the students will tell you that. Y'all, I told y'all, we put somebody out in March and the program ends in May. That's how serious we are. We didn't give him any time to try to sell us his case. So you gotta go. He just turned around and walked out with his head down. His name is Jeremy Curry. Any other questions?
Hey, I'm Andre Boykin. Me and Ray are childhood friends from Butler Garden, Good Hope Road and all that. We just reconnected after 30 years. I just retired from the Army, 26 years, and this guy's doing an awesome job. But one thing I want to, once they're in the program, and you know, when they go back to their neighborhoods, go back to their not so positive friends, what is one thing, I guess you graduated, you guys are working, what is one thing you can tell them to keep them coming back? Because they will try to derail you. Well, I mean, successful.
He's not even in the program yet.
Okay.
Good question. That's actually a really good question. That's an important question. Because some people will tell you, man, why you going over there, man? They ain't helping nobody. Or most of that stuff he probably putting on Facebook ain't even true. People are going to probably tell you, you wasting your time. That's why I ask my students to come. So this time, the next time, if there is a next time, you can be the one telling your story. So the answer to the question is, you would be a fool to listen to anyone that will tell you that this is not a good place for you to be. We're honest, we're hardworking, we ain't breaking the law, and most importantly, the people who have done what we've asked them to do, they don't have jobs, they got careers, and they on the rise. I say it all the time, my students got swag. I don't know if y'all watched them when they walked in here, but they ain't walking here like this. They got their head up, because they working, and they making good money, and they're gonna make even better money as long as they continue to do what they've learned, and they follow the blueprint that we've set for them. So please don't allow anybody to talk you out of this opportunity. You would be crazy. Anybody else got any questions? Yes, ma'am. I don't think I can. Good one. Excellent question. Excellent question. When class starts, we don't be messing around. Every Tuesday and every Thursday, 6:30 to 9:30, we are at it. Most importantly, if I don't have any with me, but if I were to show you the sign-in sheet, because as soon as you walk through the door, there's a place for you to sign in. If I were to show you that sign-in sheet, you may not even believe it. It'll say 5 o'clock, 4:25, 5:15, 6 o'clock. Don't nobody show up at 6:25, all out of breath, all flustered, you know, and they want to kind of sit here and try to get all caught up. We get here early, we get focused, and we be in the bathroom like Eminem was when he was about to go out on his stage, and we be ready to go. Because everybody got the same goal. It's to learn this stuff and master it so you can get your career off the ground. Everybody's goal is the same. Tuesday and Thursdays, and one Saturday out of the month. That's it. Ain't no Monday through Friday. It's It's Tuesday and Thursday, but trust me when I tell you, on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays, even the Thursday when we come to class, you're gonna be doing some research, you're gonna be doing some studying, you're probably gonna be talking to one of your team members about a project that you have been assigned. As soon as you enroll, you get assigned to a team. The students, they'll tell you, I definitely would encourage you to talk to them. We put everybody's name in a hat and we go around and pick them and we put groups together. And that's your team from the day you walk in the door until the day you graduate. All the team projects, you do them with your teammates. It'll be 3 to 4 people per group. So it's Tuesday and Thursday, 6:30 to 9:30, and then there's one Saturday a month. When we have the Saturday classes, you will know well in advance. The first day of class, you're gonna get access to our internal portal, and you will see every single class that you're gonna take from that day all the way through Thanksgiving. The program is extremely well organized. We don't just randomly come here and start training. And every day of class, this ain't like school. Every day of class, there's something that you're gonna learn to help prepare you for this career. We don't have any random classes just to kind of fill in the gaps. We are here to do one thing, become experts at IT support so we can get our career off the ground. If there's some folks in here that may be over 30 and you've been out of school for a while, because we've had this happen before, you gotta decide whether or not you're ready for this. Because there is some reading, there is some studying. I just told you that the people that graduate from college, their average salary is $35, and we're getting more than that for our students, and they ain't go to school for 4 years. So you know you're gonna have to put some work in order to get up to speed so that you can compete. So be prepared to do a little bit of work on Fridays, do a little bit of work on a Monday night, although the game is on. I know the Skins got RG3, but he's already worth millions. We gotta get ours now. So we gotta TiVo it and watch it afterwards. Just don't let nobody tell you what the score was. Any questions on the application or the essay? Any questions on the application or essay? Unfortunately, we do not accept students or candidates that do not have a high school diploma or GED. We do not. We used to, but we don't anymore. Because the few that did, it's very tough to try to do both. So we no longer accept people who don't have a high school diploma or GED. Because again, a lot of our students get a job offer well in advance of graduating. Most of the people that have participated in the program, they have a job with a government contractor. They gonna check, y'all. They gonna check. If you don't have a high school diploma and you've been saying you do and you've been filling out applications at Walmart, they ain't gonna check. But you ain't going downtown submitting, well, not submitting, but you're not gonna get a job with one of these corporations and think you're just gonna just fill out on one little piece of paper application and bam, you start tomorrow. The students will tell you, you should definitely talk to them if you get a chance. There's a 40-page document called an EQUIP that you have to fill out. Don't lie, because they're gonna check. So if you don't have a high school diploma, you can't participate this time. If there's anyone in here that has got background issues, before you start your heart drop, you can have a felony. You can have 2 felonies, and you can participate or apply to be in the whole project. We do not discriminate against people who had run-ins with the law. Just know that you will have to be one of the top students. You will not be eligible for a lot of the jobs that require clearance for obvious reasons. So you have to be really sharp. You gotta get multiple certifications. You have to be like the other guy that's in the Hall of Fame with Brandon, and Siegfried. Siegfried got 3. Siegfried back there, come on out so I can see you, man. Him and Kevin back there talking. And I can tell his business because he don't mind, because homeboy got it going on. When I met him, he came to one of my workshops and he introduced himself. He said, yeah, my name's Siegfried, I just came home. That's how he introduced himself, by telling his name and the fact he just came home. And if I were to ask him to come tell you a little bit about himself right now, he probably wouldn't even mention that. The reason why is he got a whole lot more stuff to talk about. He can tell you that he charged $25 an hour when he does work with barrister. He's going to tell you that he currently holds 3 or even 4 certifications. He's going to tell you that he's a whole project graduate. He's going to tell you that he is a student ambassador for the reentry community, and he went down to the reentry forum with the U.S. Attorney for D.C. and gave a presentation about his experience in the whole project. He got 3 felonies, but he got more than 3 certifications. So you gotta have it going on if you got some bumps in the road. It won't prevent you from applying. This is male or female, but you better bring it, because you already know that there's certain jobs you're not gonna be able to get. Because most of the jobs, not all, most of the jobs that the students have gotten, they've been with contractors, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those are the only kind of jobs doing this kind of work. What I'm holding up right now is from the Office of Personnel Management. It says Federal Investigative Services. One of the students put me down as a reference on that 40-page online form that I told you about. So now I have to respond to this. So if you don't have a high school diploma, you're gonna lie on that equip form, they're gonna find out, and you will never be able to get a federal contracting job again, because if you lie on a document one time, the next time you're gonna apply for it, when they send it over to you, when you log in, it's gonna have something on the screen, and it's gonna probably, I can't be sure what it says, because I don't know anybody it's ever happened to before, but you probably won't be able to get another government contracting job, because the equip form stays with you. Because Jason he's about to go work for Mill. His process was a lot faster because he's already in the system. He's already filled one out before for the job that he's just leaving. So be honest. Be honest. Any questions about that? That's big. So everybody in here got a high school diploma or GED. Cool. I need to take one quick poll. In the last year, how many of you guys, by a show of hands, have visited the Department of Employment Services? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's amazing. Wow. Like 2%. And that's their job, is to help people find work or improve their situation and make them more employable. And 2% of the people in this room raise their hand. You see that, Leo? That's what I'm talking about, right? So we know how to apply, we know the schedule. You'll get a spring break, you'll get a winter break. We'll leave right before Christmas and we'll come back after January. Will you have assignments over the Christmas break? Absolutely you will. When you become a whole project student and you got a whole bunch of people at home and you can't concentrate because everybody making noise, you can travel over to the school, go upstairs on the 2nd floor, go in the lab and stay in there as long as you need to get your work done. The lab is open to any whole project student or any whole project graduate. Yeah, you got a computer at home, but there's a whole bunch of people in here and you got to share it with somebody else, and they always on Facebook and Twitter, so you come on over here where you can concentrate. Ain't no noise upstairs in the lab. Maybe you meet one of your teammates over here and y'all work on something. Maybe you study for the A+ exam and you can focus over here because this is a learning environment. Any questions about anything that I've said? What time is it, Ms. Bill? 8:45. If you have not signed in and you walk out of the door, you have just wasted an hour and a half. Please, we got that big board back there that says whole project. On that board is a sign-in sheet. Don't leave out of here unless your name on that sheet. Y'all my witnesses, y'all hear me saying it now, because that sheet is valuable. When you submit your paperwork and your name is on that sheet, we will not accept an application from you. Are there any questions about anything that I've said since I opened my mouth? Please, y'all, ask now. And I'm asking more so for Ms. Bell so she don't have to take a bunch of unnecessary questions. Yes, thank you. I knew somebody had at least one more.
My name is Nate, and I wanted to know if y'all curriculum has a certain standard of how y'all can allow certain people to have a certain pace to go at y'all program.
Good question. We know people learn at different paces, you know, and that's okay. That's why I said on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that's your time to get caught up. If you're still not catching up, guess what? You're gonna tell me that if that's the case with you, and I'm gonna stay here as long as I have to make sure you understand what's being taught. This ain't test. This ain't CTI. You don't come in and come out. Because you've made an investment and I've made an investment in you. And my job is to make sure that you're ready for prime time when you leave out of here on one of those job interviews. So we just run you through the program and say you graduated. That doesn't help us. I need you to be shirt and tie, looking slick like Foxworth, knowing about all those software applications, getting your little metro cars, so you ain't got to pay to get on the metro, and getting your $11, $12, $1,300 every 2 weeks. The only way that's going to happen is if I make sure that you know exactly how all this stuff works. So the minute you get in the program, you have me committed, and the students will tell you, I ain't just making this stuff up. There's been times I've got out of my bed because someone didn't have something printed out, came over here, printed it out, met them at their house, and took them to the job interview. They got the job, but I bombed them out afterwards, because obviously I shouldn't have had to do that because they weren't prepared the way they were supposed to be. But I'm telling you,